Your Right to Know is the title of a new bill being considered in Carson City aimed at making it easier to get your hands on public records.
You may not know it, but you actually have the right to request certain records and documents, but it's not always easy getting your hands on them. Now, this law would penalize groups who actually fail to hand them over, and that's the subject of tonight's Vegas Lost with John Trainer.
News 3 supports this bill. Let's get that right off the top there. We are on record supporting a bill called Right to Know Nevada, a bill that requires all government entities to make public records available, make them available quickly without outrageous fees, and they face fines if they don't, because we've had responses to public records requests like these. When we asked for emails for a Vegas Law story on November 20th, one agency wrote, "I anticipate a response by January 15th. On January 15th, we got a bit more time is needed. When we asked the school district how many students had been arrested in the first 2 weeks of classes, we were told, quote, "Police transitioned to a new data system. We're having trouble running the numbers." It took nearly a month to get our answer there. We've been told we need password requests. We've been told agencies don't have enough staff. We've been told getting copies sent to us would cost hundreds of dollars. We've driven hours because copies aren't available online. This bill aims to make it easier for us to get you information and for you to get it directly from the state that you pay those tax dollars to. Knowledge is power, and now it is at the center of a debate in our state over who gets access to that power and how. Public records requests at the heart of State Senate Bill 287.
What I would hope is that our legislature and our governor would look at what the requests that they've made and meet it. So if we're going to be an evidence-based state, if we're going to create laws and policies that are based on evidence from the state of Nevada, our state agencies need to be creating that evidence in a format that we can all use.
What the bill does is require all government agencies to satisfy a request from the public for a record that is public. A mugshot, a arrest report, for example, or a meeting transcript, a government financial record. And to do it in a reasonable amount of time without charging an arm and a leg. Right now, there's no deadline for those requests to be satisfied. And as Aaron Phillips told state lawmakers, that makes it nearly impossible for parents to get records they need from a school.
Parents looking for information don't have the reach, the influence, or the authority to require entities to be compliant. Many requests are ignored.
So SB 287 puts a deadline on it and a penalty. If an agency can't get you what you need, they face a heavy fine, $1,000 to $250,000. If your request isn't clear enough, they have to work with you to find out what you need. Of course, as much as supporters will say this will better inform the public and keep the state transparent, opponents have a real argument. It's expensive. Take Metro Police, who told the state they've had over 60,000 requests this year and have had to take officers off the street to complete them.
Those 8 police officers, instead of being out on the street handling calls for service and responding to burglaries and the like at your property, they're in a room redacting information, doing research, and providing public record information.
Yes, authors and supporters of the bill, what about that cost, that heavy cost that agencies will have to staff and to get these requests done? They said information is too valuable. It's too important. The state should be responsible for giving agencies the money they need to get the public the information. We happen to agree with that. It is in committee right now. We will continue to watch the bill as it progresses.
And we can charge a nominal fee for things like the cost of the paper and the copies.
Exactly, and that's in the bill. You know, the nominal fees, the fees for office supplies, and that's there. But give people access to doing it, and don't charge them $100 to do it.
All right, John, thank you. Well, you can email your story ideas to vegaslost@news3lv.com or call the new Vegas Lost hotline, 702-909-2138. In just a few minutes, go to the News 3 Facebook page where John Trainer will log on. He'll take your questions and your comments live.
Now we turn to law.